Yes! New Yorkers have strongly held opinions about bagels.
Bagel?
Bagel!
Bagel!
I would like an authentic New York bagel. New York bagel.
Look at my shirt. In New York City, bagel loyalty runs deep. Talking about bagels within the 5 boroughs is a lot like talking about politics. You can bring up your preference if you want, but just know you're gonna start an argument. That's why many New Yorkers would consider what I'm about to do completely unthinkable. I am publicly ranking the 10 most famous bagels in all of Manhattan. Each one of these bagels has a cult following, all waiting somewhere in the wings to attack anyone who speaks ill of their favorite. Attack! But you know, I keep an open mind. Go ahead and try to convince me why your bagel should have been ranked higher. Or worse, if your bagel didn't even make the list. Yikes. By the way, I'll be getting them all untoasted. You know, like a real New Yorker. Stay with me because I am moving fast and my number 1 choice might be controversial. I am a little scared. ZABAR'S. I fooled you. You thought because I'm wearing a ZABAR'S shirt that I must be a big fan. No, I'm not. I'm not a big fan. ZABAR'S is this super famous grocery store on the Upper West Side that's been around since 1934. They got cheese, they got bread, they got meats, they got merch. A Vampire Weekend music video directed by Jonah Hill was randomly shot there. I would describe their bagel as a bagel.
Duh.
It's available as a sandwich or with spreads in the cafe to the side, or you can buy bagels whole in the grocery store proper. I was told by the cashier to get an
everything was scallion.
Everything was scallion? A New York City staple. This bagel tasted a little bit stale, I have to say it. It's also on the smaller side. It did have a little bit of oats mixed in with the everything seasoning, which was nice and original and unique, but for the most part, this bagel felt like something that you could get just about anywhere, or even worse, outside of New York City.
Hold me back!
RUSS and Daughters. RUSS and Daughters has been holding it down on the Lower East Side for over 100 years, so you know they are doing something right. Okay, but here's the thing though, their claim to fame is really their bagel sandwiches. So when you get a bagel with salmon, tomato, lox, cream cheese, onion, all that. I'm not ready to say that this was a bad everything bagel with scallion cream cheese. It's not. My main hang-up is, to me, it's missing some of that classic New York bagel flavor. It's a little bit tougher of a chew, and it's cooked for a little bit longer, so the bagel is a little bit darker, which admittedly just isn't my personal preference. I took my bagel with me to a nearby park where I ate it while being watched the entire time by a scary looking pigeon. H&H Bagels. All right, everybody, I'm back! This was at one time the most famous out of all of New York City's famous bagels. It's been featured on Seinfeld, The Office, Sex and the City, you name the show, it has been there. That said, the original location on the Upper West Side closed due to tax fraud, but the Upper East Side location is still kicking. So once again, everything bagel with scallion cream cheese. This was a good bagel. I mean, we're past the weak bagels, even this far down on the list. So this bagel isn't at all chewy. Some people are gonna love that, some people are gonna hate that. I personally would have liked a little bit of chewiness just to balance it all out. On the whole, this place is very famous and a pretty good bagel, but generally pretty forgettable. Murray's Bagels. Army training, sir! That was Bill Murray. Do you get it? Because of Murray's Bagel. Remember how I just said H&H is not a chewy bagel? Okay, well, Murray's is a chewy bagel. It's really chewy. My jaw got a little bit of a workout, and not in a good way.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The people there were nice, but I think the texture of a perfect bagel lives somewhere in between H&H Bagels and Murray Bagels. Black Seed Bagels. These are Montreal style bagels. Ugh, why are we even allowing this sort of Canadian nonsense in New York City, am I right?
No, actually, I love you, Montreal. I can't wait to come back to you and eat some more of your delicious poutine.
Ugh, Montreal, the word. So the cashier's suggestion here to me was to get the everything bagel, except with everything, with the salmon, with the tomatoes, all that. And I guess I was hungry at Black Seed Bagel because I said yes. It was good as a whole, but I'm here just to judge the bagel, okay? I'm gonna keep it fair and square. Fair and round, because bagels are round. So this far up the list, now we're starting to get into the land of softer bagels with that chewy exterior. That said, we haven't quite hit a slam dunk at Black Seed just yet. So it doesn't have quite as much of that bagel-y flavor. That's probably because of the difference in the way it's prepared. That bagel-y flavor is New York's thing and not Montreal's thing.
Please don't leave me.
Hi, I'm a reporter with the New York Times. Just one question. Did you just publicly come onto the World Wide Web and describe a bagel as having an, and I quote, bagel-y flavor?
Yeah, so...
And you expect that sort of amateurish behavior to get people to like and subscribe? But yeah, no, please do like and subscribe. S.A. Bagel. S.A. Bagel is a lot of people's favorite bagel, and you can tell because of how long the line was when I walked in. Because it's so busy, the seating is usually occupied, so the atmosphere here isn't the best to sit down and eat. You do kind of feel rushed. So these bagels have a reputation for being really, really big, but I kind of think that they're honestly a similar size to most of the rest. According to the internet, the current trend for like very oversized bagels actually might have started at S.A. Bagels. So if you don't like how big bagels generally are these days, then you might have S.A. to blame. I'm not mad though, I like it. This is a decidedly good bagel. It was fresh, it had great texture, but it was missing the thing that would take it over the top for me. Do I dare say it was missing the ingredient of love? I don't know, but I do know that I didn't see any of the cashiers kissing any of the bagels with their lips before they handed them off to the customers. Best Bagel. No, they're not, okay, they're not the Best Bagel. Their name is just Best Bagel, okay? Like, that's their name. Okay, so, don't make fun of me, but I got a rainbow bagel with blueberry cream cheese. Look, I'm sorry, okay? It was one of the two options that the cashier mentioned alongside an everything bagel with scallion cream cheese. And we know I've had enough everything bagels with scallion cream cheese, so rainbow bagel with blueberry cream cheese, it is. I tried to ignore how aggressive the blueberry cream cheese was to get to the heart of how good the bagel was. And when I did, I learned that it was super fresh, even though I went right near closing. It's soft, it's big, it's chewy, it had a lot of flavor, everything you really want in a bagel. It's a good bagel, it's Instagram friendly, and it's in a convenient location right in Midtown, so it's easy enough to get to if you're hanging out near the buildings. Absolute Bagel. So this is on the Upper West Side near Columbia University. They take cash only. The workers have a tendency of being very forward and sometimes even a little bit mean. I really don't think they could look any less glamorous if they tried. And yet there is a line out the door almost every single day of the week. That's because New Yorkers don't want glam, we want substance. I was told to get the sesame seed bagel, so slight change along with the chive cream cheese here. Even near closing, the bagel that I got was fresh and even still a little bit warm. Like, this just came out. Easy to eat and soft, but with an oomph. Like, you don't feel like you're just eating air. Like, there's substance. It has flavor. It has quality. Absolute Bagels for sure lives up to the hype. Brooklyn Bagel. There are not, and apparently have never been, any Brooklyn locations for Brooklyn Bagel. Brooklyn Bagel operates exclusively out of Manhattan and Queens. They just like to lie and say they're from Brooklyn without ever actually going to Brooklyn.
I can relate.
Oh, this bagel has some junk in the trunk. This is actually huge. Like, this is the size bagel based on reputation that I was expecting to get over at S.A. Bagels. It was so fresh. It was so fresh. And I was there literally less than an hour before their closing time. It has perfect texture. It has perfect flavor. The everything seasoning can border on being a little bit overpowering, but barely. Honestly, everything about this bagel is pretty perfect. Definitely by far the best everything bagel with chive cream cheese that I had, and I had a bunch. For some of you, especially if you're a bagel purist, you might want to mark down that my favorite was Brooklyn Bagel, because my actual favorite is gonna make some people mad. Tompkins Square Bagels. Okay, so I was given two options for most popular bagel at Tompkins Square Bagels. I could get an everything bagel with chive cream cheese, or I could get a French toast bagel with peanut butter and Nutella cream cheese. Okay, now before you grab the pitchforks and get your undies in a bunch, hear me out. This bagel was hot, not toasted, it was hot. It came to me fresh out of the oven. I don't know if you can tell from this video, but this bagel had all the incredible qualities that you get from fresh baked bread. It was so soft that it almost felt a little gooey, but not in an undercooked kind of way, in just the, wow, this is still congealing. This place gets a lot of tourists because of their unconventional bagels, like the French toast bagel, so bagel purists hate it. I recommend it. I love originality, I love perfect execution, I love fresh baked bread. They had all three. They did admittedly get a little bit lucky on the timing of their bake, but I have never had such a fresh bagel in all of my days. Best bagel in New York City. Fight me.
It's time to fight back!
You know what I really learned through all this comparing? I learned that all New York bagels are special and unique in their own way, and instead of fighting each other, we should all be celebrating the fact that on every corner of New York City, you can find a better bagel than just about anywhere else in the world. And I truly believe that So what's the verdict? Are you ready to corner me down, shank me in an alleyway? Let me know where I got it wrong. Did I, yikes, ignore your spot entirely? Do you love ZABAR'S? Do you hate Tompkins Square Bagel? What sorts of New York foods should I rank and review next? What global city should I visit? Tell me everything down in the comments below. And if you had fun watching this, or if it helped you in any way, I make weekly food and travel videos just like this one, and I would be honored to share more of them with you. And I would be thrilled if you could help me out by hitting like and tapping that subscribe button. My name is Josh. I love you for watching. Now let's get lost. And if you are looking for more New York City food recommendations, I tried the 5 best deli sandwiches in town. You can watch that video right here.